I don't know when to stop, but I'm going to continue again. I don't know how much I lost, but I was talking about NASCAR and all the changes that I don't like. And it started with the playoffs, then from the playoffs they went to the stages, and now they have less cars running. And then the car tomorrow that they came out with, and everybody's bunched up together, and it's not racing anymore. And then these things like banning the Confederate flag, which it's not a big deal, but it is kind of a big deal because it sucks. This is the South is what NASCAR was made in the South. And that's the other thing. They closed all the good short tracks like Richmond and a bunch of other ones. And it was a big slap in the face to all the longtime fans that built NASCAR to what it was, because can't say what it is, because it's definitely not nearly as popular as it once was. Just isn't. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, I still went to the Daytona 500. It was a good time and whatever, but I don't know if I'm going to go again. Because, this whole thing with Smollett Jr., Bubba Wallace, and, I get it. I watched a thing on YouTube about some things in the history of NASCAR, and way back, I want to say in the 60s, there was actually another black driver they had back then, and there was a lot of people against him. I'm talking within NASCAR. And there was a photo finish at the end where actually the black driver won the race. But when they did the video verification and whatever, they gave the race win to the white driver, because they knew there would be severe backlash if a black driver had won. Now, that's absolutely racism. That has no place in the sport. But it was wrong, but it happened, and it's the way things were back then. My dad had told me stories about when he was in the Air Force. Again, that would be late 50s, early 60s, because he got out just before Vietnam. He was the luckiest guy in the Air Force, because he got out on a hardship discharge because he had to take care of a family member, and his commanding officer told him that you're the luckiest guy in the Air Force because your orders had just came down to ship out to Vietnam. So he would have gone if he hadn't got out, so he got lucky there. But anyway, I was talking about him and another airman that was black. He went to I don't know if it was a bar or restaurant or whatever, and they sat down, and the guy came over to him, the guy that worked there, and says, I'll serve you, but I ain't serving him, pointing to the black guy. And my dad looked at him and says, well, if you ain't serving him, you ain't serving me either. And they got out and left. And good on my dad, you know. But I'm not saying there's no racism anymore, but there's no quote-unquote systemic racism in this country. We've gone past those days. And I'm not saying that there isn't racist people out there, because obviously there is. But I mean, even these police shootings, I don't automatically call it racism. Like the cop that in Minnesota that put his knee on the guy's neck. I think he would have done that to a white guy if he wanted, if he could have, or if he situation happened. And I don't know. I just like I said, I know there's still, you know, bad stuff that happens out there, but it isn't what the media wants you to believe. And the media wants to stoke racial violence and racial tension because it helps them sell a story, sell a narrative, get views. And that's all it is with them. That's why they're fake news. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'm just about home. So I'm going to say good night. God bless you. Thanks for watching. And I'll probably do a part 1 and part 2 because I don't know what when the first part got cut off. So I'll look at that. So anyway, good night. God bless you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.